now watching Compton Rick Rock TV. Let's get to the content.
Yo, what up? It's Compton Rick Rock with Compton Rick Rock TV, man. Ooh, I sound bad, y'all. I sound bad, but we got to get to the content. I don't know what's this going on out here, but my voice was gone completely yesterday, so I wasn't able to get to the content. But what I want to get to today, man, is a very interesting guy on the internet by the name of Brazy from Diver Lane, which is Baby B Brazy from Diver Lane. This guy, he got the internet buzzing. Him with a couple of other guys, him, J Hood, a few of the guys from the jail cell. Man, they got the internet going crazy. When I say going crazy, they got everybody coming out the woodworks, want to tell they jail story. Well, let's get into this, man. Y'all gotta excuse me for my voice being toe up this morning, but you know what? We got to keep the content going. Let's get to this Baby B Brazy. Diver Lane Blood, the Hoover. I don't want to say that word, but Mr. 109th Street serving life without parole for bodies. Let's get to the content.
A grieving family who fears their loved one was killed has crowded the sidewalks and the street here. The medical examiner has arrived, and detectives are telling us two men who came to the smoke and convenience store at around 10 last night were shot and killed by two suspects who walked up and started firing.
In today's video, we'll be discussing the murders of Nathaniel Ankar and Kaylin Warren, who were shot and killed in the Florence neighborhood of LA, and Stephen Johnson, who was shot and killed in Vermont Vista, according to LA County coroner records. Cedric Devontae Parker and DeAndre Bonner were subsequently arrested and charged with the murders. The following is the evidence at trial. Defendants were members of the Diver Lane Bloods. On January 17, 2016, defendant stole a vehicle from Edward at gunpoint. Approximately 35 minutes later, defendant used Edward's vehicle to perpetrate a drive-by shooting at several persons standing in front of a liquor store, wounding Elliot. The liquor store was in territory of the Hoover Criminals, a rival gang of the Diver Lane Bloods. At defendant's preliminary hearing, Edward testified that while he was fueling his white Volkswagen Beetle at a gas station, two men approached him. The man asked where he was from and stated they were Diver Lane Bloods. One of the men reached for Edward's necklace, and Edward slapped the man's hand away. The man drew a gun and Edward fled. One or both of the men drove off in Edward's Volkswagen. According to the police report, Edward told police that one of the men had a cast on his arm, but Edward testified he didn't remember saying that. In addition to Edward's prior testimony, the prosecution presented surveillance video from the gas station at the time of the carjacking, which among other things showed the two perpetrators arriving in the black Volkswagen Beetle with one white fender and a missing gas cap. Cell phone location data placed defendants Parker's and Bonner's phones near the gas station around the time of the carjacking. A woman who was defendant Parker's girlfriend at the time of the carjacking testified that she had a black Volkswagen Beetle with a missing gas cap and one fender lighter than the rest of the car, and identified the car in the surveillance video as her Beetle. She testified that defendant Parker sometimes drove her car. She remembered that about 3 years earlier, defendant Parker had a cast on his hand. On February 21st, 2016, defendant Bonner fired multiple shots from his vehicle at a vehicle occupied by victim Nathaniel Ankar and Letitia, killing Ankar. Letitia testified that around 9 p.m. on February 21st, 2016, her fiancé, victim Ankar, was driving his Chevy Tahoe with Letitia in the passenger seat. While they were stopped at a traffic light, a car pulled up on the passenger side of the Tahoe. Letitia thought this was unusual because there was only one lane traveling in that direction, meaning the other car had to move up between the Tahoe and the curb. Letitia saw a person staring out the window of the car at them. She brought this to the victim's attention. The victim didn't say anything but reclined Letitia's seat back. When the light turned green, the victim started speeding down the street. Letitia heard gunshots and the Tahoe crashed. Letitia saw that the victim was bleeding from his forehead and was not responsive. A forensic pathologist testified that the victim died from a gunshot wound to his temple. Cell tower records indicated that defendant Bonner's cell phone was in the area of the shooting shortly before the shooting occurred. A firearms examiner.
Cell phone. Boys took their cell phones on the mission. I know a few people that got caught up by having their cell phones, man.
Testified that 380 caliber shell casings recovered from the scene had been fired from the same weapon as casings recovered from the shootings of Elliot and victim Johnson. On March 18, 2016, Defendant Parker fired a gun from his vehicle, killing victim Kaylin Warren, who was riding past on a mini bike. At about 2:30 p.m., victim Warren was riding a mini bike west on 76th Street when a person inside a light-colored sedan shot at him multiple times. The victim, who was wounded, crashed the bike and fell to the sidewalk. He was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead at 2:55 p.m. On March 21st, 2016, at around 11:20 p.m., defendant shot and killed victim Steven Johnson. The victim was affiliated with the Hoover Criminals, and the area in which he was killed was claimed by that gang. At about 11:20 p.m., victim Johnson was standing in the area when two people walked up and fired multiple shots in his direction. The victim was struck and fell to the sidewalk, while the gunman got into a light-colored SUV and drove east on 88th Street. Detective Meckrick opined that defendant Bonner was a member of Denver Lane Bloods based on his tattoos, Facebook posts, and messages with gang jargon, photographs and videos of Bonner displaying gang signs, and Bonner's association with other gang members, and recorded calls to which Meckrick had listened in. Meckrick similarly opined that,
like this picture right here, I'm pretty sure this came off his Facebook page or social media page. They use all this against you in that courthouse.
defendant Parker was an active member of the Denver Lane Bloods based on defendant Bonner's Facebook postings referring to Parker, the photographs and videos, and Parker's association with other gang members, and recorded calls to which Meckrick had listened. Following the trial, the jury found defendants guilty on all charges and found all special circumstances as to the murder counts true. The court imposed 2 sentences of life without the possibility of parole on Parker, as well as a total of 219 years and 8 months to life. The court imposed 2 sentences of life without the possibility of parole on Bonner, as well as a total of 256 years and 8 months to life. Nathaniel Joseph Ankar was 40 years old at the time of death. Kaylin Justin Warren was 21 years old at the time of death. Stephen Holt Johnson Jr. was 26 years old at the time of death.
Okay. Now, we done heard of the boogeyman on YouTube. We done heard people referencing themselves to the boogeyman. But it seems to me that this guy right here is definitely, he was definitely on a mission with no permission. And now he's on YouTube. I didn't know this man had this kind of time. You know, I ran across this video earlier. I didn't know he had this kind of time. You would think somebody as happy as he is when he do his videos that he would be getting out sometime soon, or you know, a couple of years down the line. But yeah, man, I don't think it's. Oh man, how can I even say this, man? Y'all gotta bear with me with my voice. I don't think this right here. The stuff that's going on the internet, I want to explain this. Brazy then got on this internet and he done started a whole lot of trouble. Now, compared to what he's in jail for, this is minor. But one thing for sure, 2 things for certain, all the controversy that's going on with him mentioning other gangs, that can cause more of what he's in jail for, the same type of stuff. Because now, once you guys start involving these neighborhoods in this gang, it no longer is an issue with you and the guy that you have an issue with, that you're going back and forth on the internet. It seems like these shootings is going to continue to happen as long as we got guys on the internet aggravating other gang members. The content that's going on right now, the county jail content, all the guys in jail, this kind of content right here is nothing new. We had C-Mac doing it. We had 4 Extras. They are the originators of bringing this kind of content to the internet. What this is going to do is going to involve the hoods, because all it's going to take is one dude to disrespect somebody's neighborhood, and it's going to go up from there. Yeah, man, this B Brazy dude, he seems to be everything that he says he is, man. Like I say, I didn't know that he had this kind of time. And it's a whole lot of people that's about to come out with these jail stories that's doing life sentences. You know, they didn't figure out a way to get monetized and make money So at this point, they don't have anything to lose. So as far as them getting on the internet, starting all this controversy, you know, they don't have a concern or care with the time that they got. A lot of y'all just can't bite into this activity, man. And a lot of people, they want to get themselves involved with it so they can go viral on the internet. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get done with this video. I just want to bring this Baby B Brazy content today, because I've been seeing him on the internet, but I haven't really sat down to really check out a lot of his stuff, just the reactions that other people been doing. I gotta let my voice heal, y'all, so I'll catch y'all on the next one. I apologize for the energy, man. It's Compton Rick Rock with Compton Rick Rock TV. I'll catch y'all on the next one.